250280-T, which is special order to address the City Council by the Vice President. A 10-minute special order to allow a brief address from City Council Vice President Candice Mushatt. Please start the time. So the reason that I wanted to address the council as a whole, and I thought 10 minutes would be enough, is there are a couple of items and things that are before us as a body. I think that we have an opportunity to, I'm addressing the body, ladies. And so we have a responsibility as a body to do a couple of things. I was hoping now that we are a 9-member body that we could move forward. I can't do it about them paying attention. That we could move forward. Can you pause the time?
Yeah, can we pause? Yeah.
Can we need to put it back at 9:26, please.
I don't know. She was wanting their attention because she was talking. She wanted the respect.
Oh, Davina's over there by herself. I didn't realize she was by herself.
That shooting was in the third one.
I'm ready. Thank you. The reason I wanted to address the body is because we are now officially a 9-member body. And so we have an opportunity as a 9-member body to have a clean slate and put some things behind us. We have an opportunity to work together. Please pause the time.
Order. This has been ongoing all meeting, and it's hard to follow what's going on and what's being said because the people in the audience.
Can we please,
Councilwoman
Councilwoman Priestley has the floor. Go ahead, Councilwoman Priestley.
I will start calling to order if you don't, because
Sounds
we
good.
can't hear. Thank you.
All right, sounds good. All right, I'm ready, Madam Clerk. So we have a unique opportunity now that we are a 9-member body to move together in unison as one. I know that there have been some issues and some concerns with working together, some things that we do not agree on, some things that, you know, the other doesn't like. I feel like there are some things that we do all agree on, and I would ask that we start there with the things that we do agree on. I do want to, and I had a chance to talk to the council president, Dr. Lewis, when we were talking about food access and food access dollars. Unfortunately, she was not here to vote on the food access dollars, but she is in full support of both organizations getting those food access dollars tonight. And so she is hopeful that we will get that passed for both organizations to get food access dollars. I do also want to talk about so that was my first item of us just moving forward in a direction together and seeing if we can make some headway and figure out how the things that we do agree on, we can work with each other with. The second thing that I wanted to discuss, because we talk about this often in council, is I want us to send a formal request to the mayor's office. And in this request, I want us to ask that several agenda items are sent down so that we can begin to pre-schedule our meetings. What we've run into a lot of times is that there are items sent down 4 or 5 at a time, and sometimes people that should be here to speak to those items are not clear that they should be here to speak to those items. There's times when we end up with a bottleneck, if you will, and some things like tonight we had a couple of time-sensitive things that I think that if we would have had more time to work through and talk and discuss together, that they could have possibly been moved differently. You never know, but as long as people feel rushed, RL, I need you to have a seat. But as long as people feel rushed, it holds up, you know, whether or not those things move. And so what I want us to do as a body, and it'll be obviously through the city clerk, is to ask that we receive several agenda items at one time so that we can schedule them out. So say they actually send 10 to 15 down or 20 down. Then we will know, say, whatever the next committee meeting is, so September, and I'm just giving out arbitrary dates because I don't have a calendar in front of me. So if our next committee meeting is scheduled for September 5th, which I think that's a Friday, but anyway. But if it's scheduled for September 5th, then we'll know these 10 items will be in committee September 2nd, thank you, September 3rd. Then we'll know that these 3 or 4 items are gonna be in committee on September 3rd. and then the rest will be scheduled on the next committee meeting. But that gives us all an opportunity to be able to study the materials, go over the materials. It gives residents an opportunity to see the materials before the night as well. It just gives us a chance to have calmer meetings, and it gives residents an opportunity to be able to have read over some things so that they can come up here and speak to agenda items. Gives council an opportunity to have their questions ready to go as well. And it also helps us not end up with that bottleneck of stuff has to stay in committee because we didn't have time to speak on it. So that's what I'm asking. The second thing I'm asking for council tonight is that we do send a formal request to the mayor's office as a body, because I know that's one of the things that we can all agree on, is that we would like more time to go over agenda items. And so I think it helps if they are actually scheduled. The next thing I wanted to discuss, and if it's gotten to me off of social media, then it's a big thing, is now apparently there's this whole Flint versus Saginaw thing. It is dangerous for both cities. It is scary for both cities, and both cities need to work together to figure out what we do to stop it before it becomes this huge explosion. And so what I want us to do as a body, and we can decide how we do it, whether it's we reach out to Saginaw officials, whether we discuss with our chief and their chief, however we do it, or we have clergy from both cities come together as well, all clergy, to figure out what we can do from our positions to help stop this before it gets too big. And then finally, and I want us to decide on that as a body as well. And then finally, the fourth thing, and Ms. Claire McClinton has brought this up several times, and when somebody brings something up several times and we don't act, they think we're not listening or we don't care. Ms. Claire, I heard you loud and clear about the fact that we as a council body can't depend on the letter that the mayor wrote to the court, that we as a council body need to write a letter to the court as well about the settlement to figure out how soon that's going to move along, what's going to happen with the interest, and we just need to move forward and do some things together as a body. I think those are all things that I've named that we can agree on, and I just want to have that discussion tonight. We do have 4 minutes left if anybody wanted to weigh in. Councilwoman Priestley.
Yes, I would like to ask our clerk to write a letter to the special master for the water settlement, inviting her to a council meeting, or him. And I give this person, I don't know if, I think it's a man, but I'm not, it's a woman, two choice dates for council meeting, and then we would put a special order to allow that person to come.
Oh.
So I so move.
Okay. Is there a support, or did anyone want to have a discussion on that, or a discussion on any of the items? Because I am in support of what you're saying. Is there anybody else who wanted to have the floor? No. All right. Councilwoman in the 5th Ward, go ahead.
You talked about the items from the administration. Mm-hmm. Really, what needs to happen is they need to have their items by the deadline. We have a deadline.
We can include that in the letter.
And the deadline needs to be enforced.
We can include that in the letter, that's fine.
You know,
Yeah.
we need to enforce the deadline. I think that's the problem.
Oh, I'm in
And
agreement.
once that deadline, I know Davina supposed to get everything in her office by that Thursday. I'm sure by that Friday, she could probably have our agendas to us. This is how it has always been. That's the process. That's the protocol. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't think we need to look at items as they come. We just need for the administration to have their items in by the deadline. And that's it.
Madam Chair,
Councilwoman in the 6th Ward.
I am in agreement. I think that what you're asking for would be redundant because it's already listed in the Flint City Charter and the council rules. We just need, maybe we can do a statement that we collectively need them to adhere to the council rules and the Flint City Charter, but that they take an oath to follow the charter. That's already done. So I think what you're, I get what you're saying, symbolically to make a statement, but they have the charter, they just aren't following it, or in the council rules. So I think we can send a letter.
Okay.
But that deadline, and that way it doesn't put the pressure on the clerk's office with the deadline. And then we will have to respectfully do that also.
Absolutely.